Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Energy Insight. My name is Jackie Ellis. I'm Jackie Ellis from JackieEllis.com. And I'm an intuitive guide and mentor, Reiki master. I see energy and help people decode the energy within them. Some of my friends call me an energetics master. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the energy insights I've been given from my guides around the week of the waxing quarter moon, October 13th to the 19th. And it's really important for this week to understand that there may be some stuff around fears and boundaries and your safety and security and how you feel within that within your life around safety and security and the boundaries that you have, because this is the week of our that really help us grow and step into our life with more confidence and courage. And so the growth that we are experiencing is to help us do that. And that is specifically relating to our lower chakras. Now, for those of you that are new to these Soul Talk messages, the Light Mastery map I have on my website. You can download it for free. Just sign up for any of the freebies, and it is in the VIP portal. I highly recommend that you grab that and print it off and use it for your own, to help you decode the energies that you're feeling. The week of the lower chakras, the week of the waxing quarter moon, is the week of the lower chakras. And this is the domain for our boundaries, our will, what we're willing to do, how much we're willing to take, our support, how supported we feel during this time, the limits, what our limits are, what we're willing to, what limits we want to place within our life, as well as the limits that we are willing to withstand, the resources that are available to us, and the space that we create and the space that we have. The week of the waxing quarter moon is really, and your lower chakras really relates to, a lot of people struggle with this because they have been victimized in some way or have felt abandonment, or there's fears that they have that they're still holding on to. And a lot of what's been going on in the world is bringing up a lot of these situations for people. And it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like you have no control over the situation. It can feel like you're either alone, or you feel like that you're like the energy is getting sucked from you, or that people are attacking you in some way. Those are boundary issues specifically, but when we feel like we are overwhelmed, we can tend to become defensive, or we feel like we need to control situations. Whatever we can control, we will take that. It's like we're grabbing onto anything that we can because we feel like we are losing control in other areas of our life. And you will find that, I don't know, your hands will be clenched more often or in a tighter grip. You'll find tension in your arms. You'll tense in your shoulders and back area, because if you're holding tension in your body. These are very very key signs that there is something that you need to release in some way. The first message that I got for this week was, it's time to trust yourself. Now, what does that mean? I think for many of us through this journey, we have maybe come to realize that we had an unhealthy relationship in how we identified with ourselves, with regard to, say, our careers or specific relationships, how we identified within our how we entered or worked within a relationship. Was there may have been what started out being supportive for both parties maybe became codependent in some form, or where we may have felt responsible for helping the other person. It may have been, things that have been coming out in the news, or things that have happened in the world have shook things up, and your world is kind of not how, like, your personal life is not how you thought it was going to look, and it's shook you. It's impacted you in ways that were much deeper than you ever thought possible. It could have been a fact that you had a label that you had placed on yourself unknowingly, and that label no longer applies to you anymore because of things that have happened. And I want you to know that it's okay to breathe. It's okay to breathe. I want you to take a deep breath in this moment, and I want you to know that you are supported through this. It's time to trust yourself. It's time to find out who you are as an individual, even within that relationship. Even withstanding anything that's happened in your life. Find out who you are and what matters to you, and know that and trust that. And that relationship that you have, if it really matters to you, and it will withstand you being a whole person within it. But you'll find a way. You will find a way. And if it doesn't work out, then at least you walk away from that relationship as a whole person. There has been some very scary things that have happened in the world, some very enlightening things that have been revealed in the world, and I'm not going to get into any of those things, but I want you to know that however it impacted you on a personal level, I'd like you to just take a deep breath, and I'd like you to really reflect on how it impacted your life. Does it really matter? Yes, it's shocking. Yes, there's things that are happening in the world. And if it impacted you personally, then work through that. Work through that. Figure out how you can move forward. Ask yourself, how can I move forward from this point? And you will be given an answer. And if you're struggling in any way, reach out, please, because I'd love to help you through that during this time. It's there is all kinds of uncertainty that has happened, and we're at the precipice where things are going to turn around, and that is the energies that I'm getting. That's the messages that I'm getting, is that we are at that transition period, and there are new. This is the next message, and this is where it gets really interesting, because the next message that I get is that new opportunities are emerging and we are birthing a new age. So this is the start of something new and exciting for us. But in doing that, I want you to really evaluate what the boundaries that you have for yourself. What are your limits? What space do you need to honor yourself and the other person? What space do you need to get creative in your life and to welcome in new opportunities and be the change that you need for both yourself and the people around you? I'd like you to focus staying in divine flow. In other words, when you find yourself in the shadows, recognize it and then ask yourself, how can I step back into that narrow pathway and go with the flow and be in flow? Do you need to give yourself the space that you need to heal, or space for other people to work through what they need to work through? You are not responsible for fixing everyone. You're not responsible for how other people feel, but it's honoring them enough to give them the space that they need in order to work through what they need to work through. What action do you need to take this week to honor yourself and the other person? To honor yourself in becoming the person that you want to become. Transforming the life into a life that you will love. And the third message that I got was, trust your intuition and step into your divine power and transform your life. Rise up out of the shadows and go after your dreams. There are things that are coming our way this month that are massive opportunities that are shifting the way we have been living into a life that is much brighter and beautiful. But we need to intentionally choose to make that step forward. We need to choose to believe that it's possible for us. We need to choose to believe in ourselves, believe in God, and believe in whatever's to come. And look at it with childlike eyes, with wonder and amazement, and be okay with trusting it. Trusting it. So I don't know about you, but for me, if I'm leaving behind a chaotic mess for something that looks like it could be way better than it was before, I'm on that pathway. I'm taking that ride. And I'm leaving behind the struggle and strife for more opportunity. thank you all so much for being here. If this message resonated with you at all, I'd appreciate it if you would share the love in any of these following ways. You can share this message, like this message, and subscribe to this video, or to this channel specifically. If you feel compelled to buy me or support me in any way, you can buy me a virtual coffee. The link is down below. And I use these funds to help support my family and keep the lights on, and continue to make messages for people like you. The membership, there is a membership community that is growing, and it's called Soul Talk membership. It is very moderately priced. It's a great deal for the value that you get, and I really, there is no obligation on how long you stay or commit to. So if you want more information, that is in the link below as well. You are a blessing, and I want to thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Until next time, be simply you. Thank you.